What is up, Pyromaniacs? Powerstasis here. We are in the world of a game I've been really excited to take a look at and been trying to get my greedy little hands on for, I want to say, since maybe January, so maybe 9 months, 10 months. This game looks a lot like No Man's Sky / Star Citizen / Minecraft, kind of had a baby with a little bit of EVE Online sprinkled in. So it's got a lot of promise, but as with anything else that kind of comes into that genre and that area, it also has a lot that's kind of going against it because it's very hard to do what they're wanting to do well. And so we're going to show you both the pretty and the ugly. Sorry for the cough. So first off, this is the starting tutorial area of the game. When you come in, you're surrounding this giant obelisk thing, and there's a bunch of different starter towns, and they're all basically identical. And what they basically are is a really painful tutorial that does explain a lot about the game, which is nice, but it kind of, if you've ever been on like a really complex Minecraft server with a bunch of sign driven tutorials, that's kind of what it felt like. I feel like it does the game a disservice, and it really should be revamped and or just removed for now. Give some basics and get people out there. But I want to say it took about 45 minutes to an hour, and it just wasn't the best experience. Not only that, but these towns are incredibly performance eating, even on a good machine. They've mentioned that that's something that they're working on and that it'll probably improve. But anytime you have this kind of, voxel architecture and stuff like that with one universe, tons of players, you're going to run into issues with performance. One of the interesting things is you'll notice the walking. This is standard walking. This is running. And then if you played Minecraft, you have the double tap W and it makes you sprint, kind of. I think they call it hovering or something. I forget the exact name. From here, excuse me, this is the planet we're on. This is the system that we're in, and then I believe there's stuff beyond this system. I'm not sure if that's enabled yet, but it is something that probably will be added later on. Some of these planets have moons, and one of those moons is Special Sanctuary. It's a no PvP zone. It's a place where you can go and kind of get your feet wet, learn the game, etc., etc. Now, this game does have a robust economy. Very similar, I guess you could say, to EVE Online, kind of. I've heard there's some quirks with it, but I haven't taken a look at it yet myself. And then you have a lot of stuff in the game that's very similar to like Factorio in the aspect that you're building machines to kind of produce and process things, which will then be turned into later products, which you can then either use to build or use to sell. So it really depends on what you want to do with those different things. Now, if you hit tab, it switches you into this cursor free move where you can't move the screen anymore and you can move your cursor. You can drag this stuff out. You can see all the different ability or different menus and things that are here. There's a lot of tutorials and guides, and they've gone out of their way to make sure that everything is accessible. I just think that the way they've done it is a little overwhelming at first, and I'm hoping it'll get streamlined later on. Plus there'll be a million YouTube videos out there like, how do you do this? You do it this way. How do you do that? And that'll make things easy. Talents. If you've ever played EVE Online, you're going to kind of recognize this sort of setup. Everything is broken into sections. You've got radar, weapons, ammo, crafting, element, health points, industry, mining, and inventory, and piloting. Now, there are 6 pillars of the game, which I believe are like mining, industry, piloting, construction / building. Well, I guess I can see them. Military, piloting, mining, construction, industry, and oh, come on, there it goes. Community. Community is basically building guilds, things like that, alliances. I guess you could even go so far as to say maybe PR in this game, because you are going to be kind of technically running a business in some aspects. So This right here is where you are dumped after you do the tutorial. You walk through this little center area right here. There is a way to get off the planet over there, and then there are the institutes. Now the institutes are going to kind of basically give you a more thorough job teaching you things than what you learned in the tutorial, which is pretty exhaustive and it's not confusing, it's just it's a lot to swallow at once. And so anytime you throw that much at a player, especially somebody casual, you know, they're gonna have like an hour to play, the tutorial's an hour, they log off an hour, you know, 3 days later when they log on, which is basically my current setup, you forget 80% of what you learned. So I'm not a big fan of really long tutorials. Now, where we were at, let's go back in and let's take a look at some of these different categories. So you can see in the left side, every time I click on one of these, it changes this menu over here on the left, and it gives you kind of an idea of what to look at. Now, I'm going to be looking at least initially, mining. So you have things like, well, this is kind of interesting. I wouldn't think stock control and organization construct management would be in this, but inventory manager, you've got different ways like expand your inventory, et cetera, you got mining range, advanced mining optimization, scanner upgrades, detector upgrades, et cetera, all these different things. Terraforming, avatar, architect, and equipment manager. So the way it kind of works is you build your queue up just like you would in EVE Online, which seems to be pretty cool in the aspect that you can just queue things up. So like, let's say if I want to queue this talent, it's queued. I can move it. So let's say I want to put it number 2 in the queue, and then I want to drop advanced mining for, well, I want advanced mining 4 out. There it goes. And so now I just made refueling tool efficiency the number 2 thing. It's gonna be 13 minutes on that. This would be an hour and change. Should be up, there you go. You can see the little yellow bar, and it lets you kind of reorganize your menu. And then you've got all these different setups. You can see the skill points required to get them. And I'm assuming at some point in time, some of these are going to have different unlocks that they're going to give. You can also see the prerequisites. So for some of them, you might need another skill, et cetera, et cetera. So like if you're familiar with EVE Online, you know, if you were wanting to get into heavy assault cruisers, you'd need to get cruisers first. So it kind of gives you that guidance and shows you what you need. And you can even click on it and pull that up and then adjust from there, which is kind of cool as well. So if you don't have anything queued up, you will earn talent points at a fraction. I think it's like 9 a minute. Whereas if you have everything queued up, it will earn at 90 a minute. I don't know if there's a way to speed that up later on. You can also see that your time to completion, this shows your maximum queue. So like everything in here was done. And then you can see your individual things right here as we check them off and go. Not really too worried about that at the moment because I literally don't know enough about the game to really make a decision on, you know, skills and what I should do. So my plan, the game right now kind of wants me to go to, you'll see in the top left hand corner, reach the Sanctuary Twin Moon. I'm not going to do that yet because I'm going to go and learn some mining institutes stuff. I'm very curious at what's going on here. So I'm going to go in here. I'm not really going to show you guys this because it's available for you guys once you get in game. You know, I don't want to spoil it. It'll give you something that you're probably going to want to do and or need to do anyway. And I feel like if you watch it, I might take a little bit of that away from you. At the same time, I also feel like it's not going to be the most riveting and entertaining content. So I'd kind of like to get to the point where I can actually show you the stuff. That being said, you can see all the different types of ores here. It'll show you, you know, these are tier 1 ores. This is what they look like. This is what you can expect. This is what you need to look for. This is tier 2s. You've got tier 3s. You've got tier 4s. And I don't know what this shit is in the middle, but apparently it's above tier 4. So maybe super duper califragilisticexpialidocious stuff. You can activate these things and it will tell you a little bit about them, what they do, etc., etc., etc. Over here, I believe, is the industry side of things, which I don't want to get into yet. So if we come over here, this is the welcome to the Tutopia tutorial tower. Somebody had some fun with tongue twisters there. So anyways, you have the mining tutorials over here to the left. You can see mining 1, mining 2, and mining 3 is closed. And then you have the construction tutorials to the right, C1 and C2 with C3 closed. What you'll do is you'll walk onto these, and then these are lifts. I don't know if we're going up or down. I'm sure it'll explain and tell us in a bit. You can also see that most of this stuff is under construction. If you're watching this at a later time, probably is going to have changed drastically from what you're seeing now, if not completely revamped and redone. So, dude, I love those tubes, man. Look at those tubes. I just think that this game has a lot of promise, and I really hope they manage to get it right. Look at some of this stuff. This is cool. I mean, to me, this is just like Minecraft on an epic scale with some of this stuff. Like I said, my only complaint is here at the newbie area with all these tutorials, the frame rate is just painful, and I'm hoping it's not like that later on. Now, keep in mind, I have a mid-range system, I guess I would say at this point. I have a 1080 GTX, I have 16 gigs of RAM, I have a Threadripper, one of the first ones that came out, the 16 core 32 threads, and then I have SSDs, so everything's loaded up there. So definitely not top end anymore. I don't have an RTX yet, something I'm looking into getting, but this is definitely above an average system. I also have gigabit internet, so internet's not a chokehold here. But it gives you kind of an idea what a mid-level to slightly performance system would perform at. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and skip ahead. I'm gonna take a look at the mining stuff, and I will report back once we get done. Okay, so I had to showcase this. Up here, we go down. This is where we were previously. You can see we got to pick it up. We're in the M1 section. Press spacebar, we go up, and then in here they have pods, and these pods are where you step in to get into the tutorial, which is kind of cool. It's kind of like a VR experience. You step in, you look down on the ground, you hit activate, and it loads an alternate universe or instance or just the tutorial itself, whatever you want to call it. But it explains the tutorial that you're going to get. It shows you what, and you're going to earn something. So we're going to get 5,000 talent points. Now you guys remember it's 90 a minute. So 5,000 is what? 9 into 500 is, that's way too early for math. It's about what, 50 times? 5 would be 450. So it's about 5 minutes worth, maybe? I'm not sure. Anyways, it's bonus EXP. You get some moolah and you get to learn something. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at this, and we'll pick up after. So I did promise to show you guys the beautiful and the ugly. This is the tutorial, although the tutorial is not working at the moment. Mine's bugged out. It shows that my objective is 500 meters down. So I figured, what the hell, I'd just start digging a hole. And apparently you can dig a pretty goddamn deep hole, which I think is really cool, because now I want to make an underground mole man cave. So, but you guys can see, there we go. So you can like dig all this stuff out if you want to make a pretty decent mole man cave. I don't know how like we would go about building all the stuff for it and whatnot. And thankfully getting out is pretty easy. So, but apparently shift backspace will get us out of the tutorial. Thank you. And apparently some of the tutorials are broken, like the instances are broken. So if you move to a different pod, you get a better experience. So if you're doing a tutorial and you get stuck like I am, shift backspace is your friend. Let's see if I can't find a functional version of M1, and I may show you some more stuff there. So the veins are absolutely massive in this game, it seems like. You have to do a lot of scanning to find them, but once you locate them, you can kind of pinpoint it. And you see right here, I can change the size of my mining, but like you can mine an absolutely ridiculous amount of this stuff once you locate it. Now the location process isn't too terribly hard. I'll be making a video on that here in the future once I'm a little bit more comfortable with it.
You've proven you're able to locate and harvest raw minerals efficiently, and it is my judgment that you are ready to tackle this for real. To exit this module, head back to the surface and use the teleporter. I've marked it for you.
Uh-oh. I don't remember where my hole is. I have a hole here somewhere. Hello? Exit hole? Oh, fuck. I love how she's like, I've marked it for you. I'm like, well, that's fantastic. Because I literally... I've been sleeping well recently, so when I do mundane tasks, I have a tendency to doze off. I literally dozed off while doing this. So I know my... Oh, bother. Okay, well, I'm just gonna dig myself out. This is kind of cool that you can do this. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do it a little bit. Wow, that's not what I'm wanting to do. Okay. I think that's my hole up there. Maybe? Okay. What we're gonna do is this. And where's the exit point? Saw it. There we go. That's much better. Oh, okay. I was a little worried we were going to be stuck down here as mole men forever. But yeah, it's a really cool system that you can dig down here. It reminds me a lot of Minecraft with Greg Tech, and that when you don't find a lot of ores, but when you do find them, they're in bulk, which is awesome because you just basically look around till you find the bright material and you go from there. The only issue is right now there's no automation for the mining, so there's no quarries and things like that. It's just literally you going down and doing it. And then there's a shit ton of different types of ores, and all of them sell for different values, or used, I'm assuming, for different things. So it's going to be quite a bit of learning, but I think there's some pretty good potential here. I'm looking forward to it. So we're going to head to the planet now. I did want to show you guys some of the mining, and we're gonna see if I can't get our own little territory laid out and see what happens there. Alright guys, we're gonna get the fuck off this planet. We're gonna go and actually start doing some stuff in the new area. I don't know how this works. You guys will notice we're getting some pretty good lag here. The shuttle will transport you between Earth and the moon. Press the button below or sit on the shuttle seat to travel. I can just come over here and sit on the shuttle seat. Permission? There we go. Kind of cool. Getting some Star Wars feels here. Actually quite safe to create a universe in your basement. Oh man. That's great. That's great. That's some interesting looking stuff there. So eventually, apparently you're able to deploy markets. I don't know if you can do that now, or if that's something that's going to happen later on. And I don't know if that's your own market or like a wider market. I would hope it's a wider market, but I don't know. Still on the fence about this, but I will say after getting out of the initial tutorial, my hopes for the game have gone up drastically. So we'll see how everything plays out. Oh, it's badass looking. I know you can build all sorts of space stations and shit, which is something that I've always wanted to do. So I'm very curious. Whoa. Oh, that frame rate. That's some top tier FPS right here. Oh, and this is a video too. Can we? Yes, I would like to skip that
Welcome
cinematic.
On the twin. Now, your next step is to try to locate a free tile on the map. Get there and claim it. Try to find a tile not too far from a market, identified with the M icon. This will be useful later. To help you visualize the boundary of a tile in the 3D world, you can also press the Enhanced Visualization HUD key to toggle this display. Try it now.
Oh dear God.
Excellent. You are now ready to go hunt for your free tile. It's probably also a good time for you to deploy your speeder now, so that you can travel faster.
Oh.
If you want to do so, go in your inventory and double-click on the speeder blueprint, then deploy it in the world. Now, to proceed further, I'll be waiting until you have deployed your Sanctuary Territory unit.
Speeder blueprint. Uh-oh. Am I missing it? Resurrection node, steel column. This is all a bunch of garbage. Oh, that's because I got the racer. Okay, yeah. Let's get a little bit further away from here before we do anything. Because I'm worried that my little thing's not gonna work on this. Or maybe it will. I wanna... Oh, is that water? Oh boy, oh god. Break. Whoa, nope. Okay. There appears to be no fall damage. Interesting. Alright, deploying speeder. Double click. Right click. Whip. Name. No, we haven't named anything after any of you guys in a while. Let's see. I think Coaster and Blackhawk are the two. One sec. Let me alt tab real quick. Because I know I've named something after both of you guys, I believe. Let me go see who's in the naming tier stuff on YouTube real fast. Some of you guys may have dropped out recently. So we've got 12 people. Blaze is the naming tier. We have 4 people in the Blaze naming tier. Okay. Let's see. We have Dagger Cook. We have Alex, Knock Joker. We had 4, but I only see 2. Dagger Cook. Oh, no. There we go. Coaster and Lost Voyager. I don't think we've done anything with Dagger Cook or Alex Knock Joker recently. I know we did something with Coaster. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go after Void. We're gonna go after Lost Voyager. And the reason we're doing this is because as a kid, I was a huge fan of the Voyager series of spaceships, which is kind of scary actually, because we shot those things out into space.
Congratulations.
With the ability...
You have successfully deployed your speeder blueprint. Now, the next step is to put fuel in the fuel tank. For this, simply open your inventory by pressing the Great. Search the content of your inventory and look for the nitron fuel. Double-click on its icon to locate the fuel tank on the speeder. It's highlighted. Aim at it, and hold the left mouse button until you fill it entirely.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Excellent. You're ready to go explore. If you want to start piloting it, target your speeder seat, and activate it by holding the interaction button to start piloting the speeder. I will leave you on your own now.
Oh.
Enjoy exploring Dual Universe.
Oh. Look at the little nozzles in the front. Oh, that's fucking cool. Okay. Interesting, okay. Uh-oh. I don't know what that show was about, but alright. So anyways, Voyager was a series of well, there were 2 satellites we sent out to kind of explore the universe, basically I guess they were designed to head out and hit the heliosphere and keep going. And it took them forever. These were launched in 1980 and I think 1981. They had plaques in them with basically everything you'd ever want to know about I said the United States, but everything. See, I want to see all. I can't see any marketplaces. This is gonna suck because like the closest I can see that's. What is this line? Is it just longitude and latitude? I'd kind of like to be near water. I don't know why. Seems like everybody wants to be near water because either that or water is claimed by everybody. Okay, so these are not... Okay, so that is claimed by somebody. So yeah, water seems to be something that everybody is either wanting it or has already claimed it. Jesus, there is literally no water available anywhere. Wow. Yeah, I'm not seeing a single drop of water that is not already claimed, which kind of blows. So we are here. I don't want to be too close, but I don't want to be too far. Look, even down here, there's no water. Fuck. Okay, I don't care about points of interest. Let's go find us again. I seem to have... All right, let's press M, press M. Oh, shit. My location. Center. There we go. Perfect. Well, if we can't have water, let's go get... About right here. Oh. Where is that? Hello? That's destination. I'll see it? Ah, there it is. Okay. Let's move. So lateral throttle is at... I don't know why it says lateral and vertical. Oh god. Are the trees gonna hurt us? Uh-oh. 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 Apparently trees are just a mental thing and that's it. Okay. Now I don't know if you guys have seen all these ores and stuff on the ground. Those are surface ores. You can use those. Kind of sad. There's like literally nothing. All these people have claimed all these things, and I'm not seeing anything water-wise. Like I don't see any constructions. Period. Not a thing. I mean, I guess that makes sense because, you know, anytime you have a game like this, you're going to have a high... MMOs have a high dropout rate, so to speak. You know, people are going to join, they're going to get tired, they're going to leave. But... And especially with the tutorial here, you know, it's going to pull people in and then they're going to bounce and do their own shit. I know there's other planets out there, I know there's this stuff, so I would assume that people are going to want to kind of get off this starter world and move on to something a little bit more spacey, maybe. There's probably better stuff off this planet too. Oh, what the what is that? Wow, that's a ship. Why does it look so small in comparison? So that's like a speeder just like mine. Okay. So these are a little bit bigger than I thought they were. By that I mean the little cubes that were, or pentagons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexagons? I think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's either pentagon or hexagon. I don't know. I'm not real good with the whole geometry shit. Definitely not watching me for that stuff. So there actually is... Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, okay, new talent unlocked. Build helper? I don't know what that means. Oh, dude, we got some air right there. Like, we are literally flying. Or, well, I mean, obviously, but... I love that you can, like, look around and see yourself. I'm not such a big fan of seeing all of the... Wow, I bet that's a... Dude, the bases look tiny compared to what... I mean, I expected huge, but I mean, like, that could be huge. I think it's because I'm zipping along at like 230 miles an hour. And so my opinion of large and sizes and things like that is a little skewed. What is this up here? I want to take a peek. Because this thing looks fucking badass. Dude, this reminds me so much of Minecraft. Yeah, I mean, these look like little Minecraft bases that you've laid out, you know, with all your machines going and everything. All right, well, we're about halfway to our destination. I didn't expect it to quite be this far away. So that's gonna really suck when we have to go to sell, depending on how much, like, actual raw storage we're gonna be able to handle. I don't know. I know there's skills based on storage and things like that, so we're gonna have to see how much we can actually load in. And then I'm gonna have to make you guys the, you know, the mining tutorial and such. Hey, our first person, so to speak. I'm gonna kind of curve around, see if we. Looks like he's just getting started doing some terraforming over there of some kind. All right, let's head a little bit closer towards our ship, or not our ship, our destination, I guess I should say. And I kind of whoop, let's go. I kind of like and don't like the fact that you can't hit trees. Like, I understand probably from a gameplay perspective it's better, but it would be kind of cool if, like, as you went through these, you heard like the flapping of the leaves and such against your hull and whatnot. But I think most of these are just non-collidable objects while you're on here, because they seem to like fade in and out. It's also probably how they keep it to where you can actually run this game at even a reasonable frame rate with all these different things, is just literally get rid of it when you're running around. You know, this actually isn't a bad spot, and I think this whole area is unclaimed, isn't it? Pretty sure it is, yeah. We want to set up here? Look at all these surface ore. Oh my god, it's like fucking Skittles everywhere. I think we're gonna go a little bit further because I want to see what's in the mountain. I don't know why we would want to be in a mountain. I mean, I don't know why everybody else would want to be on the water. I know for me personally, building a water base would be kind of cool. I loved that in Subnautica. The reason I wanted to be in the mountains was when I think of, at least from my Minecraft days, when I think of ores and things like that, I think mountains and caves and such like that, and I'd like to build a really sick mountain base. I mean, that's an option. Let's take a look at this peak right up here in front of us. This is a pretty good peak. This square. Wow, look at all the candy. This isn't bad. Look at all the candy. Holy crap. That is a lot of candy. Now keep in mind, you can't touch the candy. I call it candy, but it's the ores. These are all minerals. So you can't touch any of that until you claim the territory. Once the territory is claimed, you can then touch it. But up until that point, they're all protected, at least on this planet. Now, other planets are probably different. I kind of like this one, actually. Whoa! Bleh, bleh. Sorry, bleh. All right, how do we get off? Activate. There we go. First kilometer. Yeah, we went a little bit more than our first kilometer. Activate emergency controller to avoid an accident. If you plan to go into space spaceship, there is a risk your spaceship to avoid from you and activate. To avoid such problems, activate emergency. Step 1, put your cursor to your emergency controller. Step F to activate it. What is my emergency controller? What? Oh, it looks like a little red. Is this it? Okay. Maybe it's this thing? Apparently not. Okay, so this is a lot of candy here. All of this stuff on the surface is too... oh, I haven't claimed my territory yet. That's right. Deploy your sanctuary territory unit. Okay. So, sanctuary territory unit. right here. You need to equip ground element to use a deploy ground tool. Press I. Okay, well, just there we go. All right, so we're gonna go with somebody else's name. Alex Knock Joker. I'm gonna use you. We call this the Knock. I mean, Knock is in your name. This is gonna be the Network Operations Center. Error. Name must be at 4 and 30 characters. Really? How about the Knock?
Fantastic.
There we go.
You are now the proud owner of a territory tile on a sanctuary moon. Check it out in the map. This unlocks the possibility for you to mine, or to harvest surface minerals, within your tile. Go and harvest some materials on the surface to start with. We will then be able to go and sell it to make a bit of money.
So these, that's really it. You just aim and they jump inside you. And there's an absolute epic fuck ton of this shit around here. As you can see, there is candy everywhere. Now this is surface stuff. There's also underground stuff. These are just totally different types of materials that we can use to make ingots and stuff. If I press K, you can see we can make pure hydrogen, we can make pure oxygen, quite a few different things. So I'm gonna play around with a lot of this stuff over the next, couple days. Whoa, I like that speed move. I'm gonna play around with this over the next couple days and build some stuff up. If any of you guys have any tips or tricks, please feel free to let me know. Would love some guides and such along those lines. Otherwise, I'm just gonna kind of fuck around with it and play around as I go and see how I do. Keep in mind this isn't beta / well, no, I think they just finally went from alpha to beta. So this is beta. They just had their first public setup. They just had their first NDA drop. So it's live as of now, but it is still pretty rough around the edges, and I expect it to get smoother as time goes on, especially once we get off this very crowded planet. So we'll see how things go, but I'm excited. I'm gonna clear my little landing zone here, see what that nets us mineral wise. That's a big chunk right there. Holy cow, that was not much at all, even though it looked ginormous. Okay, all right, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, let me know what you guys would like to see, what tutorials you guys would like to learn about, any questions you have about the game, and I'll see if I can't figure it out. That being said, folks, if you like this content, let me know by leaving a like on the video. Go down in the comment section, let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip.